Now GJ is finally starting to show me something. So what I'm actually seeing now is buys. So this week we've broken above this zone here, which was a daily zone. We've now had a couple rejection candles. We've tapped into it all 3 times this week, and we haven't seemed to be able to close any lower. And this daily candle here, which was one we just got, that was actually a bullish candle. So it appears as though we have broken retested this zone. So I'm going to be looking for buys tomorrow. And also you can see on the 4 hour, I'm actually just going to get rid of that for now, just to show you. On the 4 hour, we created a little support around here, and then we had the first bullish push above there, which broke above the previous high. So we've had the low, we've now had the push up there. Hopefully we can see some sort of pullback so we can then catch another low, so we can push all the way back up to this 170 level around here, which is the current week's high. Don't really want to be holding past this current week's high. So the 170 area is kind of the target. So what is this meaning on the lower time frames? So for London session, obviously we could buy off of an Asia low zone, so we could get an Asia low created, and then we bounce and then we buy off of that to the upside. Or we have a zone right here, which was today's London low, also was Tuesday's London low. We have a potential buying zone in there. But what you can also see is that today London high was this zone here, which was also Wednesday's London high. So this could be a potential buy zone for London session tomorrow. On GJ, I said previous to this that we were only looking for buys because the market structure was bullish. So we were only looking for buys, and I had these 2 zones on here for London session. And also what I pointed out was that we might have a Asia low, which we could get a bounce off of. So we have these 3 zones, and this is just before London opened. So I'm going to go on to the 5 minute and show you what happened. So we're looking at these 3 zones. So either a pullback to this Asia low, if we see a rejection, we can buy up to the previous day's London high and the day before that's London high, which overnight also became Asian high. So this was a very strong zone. We wouldn't have been holding anything through there. So we're either looking for that, or we're looking for a pullback all the way down to this other London zone, which I wrote down, or a break and retest of that zone right there. So if I play out what happens, the first few candles immediately drop straight down into that zone. And from that point, you can get to buying because that is a very strong rejection candle right there. Definitely a buying opportunity off of Asia low right there. So if I draw it on, if you bought from that point, you stop below the Asia low and you targeted, as I said, you wouldn't want to target past there. You could have got a nice 45, 50 pips out of this. And I'll just play out what happens. So price comes down, goes straight up in about 15 minutes from entry. So that was a very nice, very quick trade right there. Just as usual, we were bullish. We were only looking for buys, and we bounced off of Asia low. And then as you can see, we did clearly reject the zone which we had in mind. And I've just explained why, because it's such a key zone. So a super quick and simple opportunity right there on GJ. There wasn't really much else in London.